Listener discretion is advised. Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Loveline, coast to coast.
Hey, it's the Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. We're here to please, kiddies. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist.
I think it's just that you were talking about framing that you're so beefed up.
I've been so pumped up. I tell everyone I'm framing my garage. And
Whatever.
I know this show has gone south horribly, but I just have to tell everybody something. I lived in 5 houses as a kid, none of which had a garage. They just didn't, and it's so cathartic and powerful for me.
You lived in one.
I lived in a garage.
Yes.
But no, my dad never owned a tool. He never had a garage. He never did anything. As I told you, he's a pussy. So it is so important to me emotionally to build my own garage, and I'm building a cathedral. The ceiling is 20 feet high. It's crazy. Yeah. And it's me and a bunch of guys I went to high school with the radio blasting and me yelling at them all day.
Dream come true.
Pulling out all my old cliches like we got a dime holding up a dollar.
And screaming about your high school science teachers, PE teachers.
And
yes,
sounding like a dad. You know what I mean? Like a lot of back in the day stories.
Yeah.
Guys telling me what it's going to take to do this, and me explaining back in the day how we did it. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Pops.
Yeah.
Pops Carolla.
That's right. Oh, got up at 7 this morning. Cheetah?
Yes, hello.
You're 31?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
There I go.
What's up?
Well, I have something that, I know you guys are getting to many, many calls. I have something that I have never talked about to anybody, and I, for one reason or another, have decided to kind of talk about it to the masses and try and get some serious help from as many people as possible.
Well, we appreciate your candor, but let's make it quick. I got more garage stories to tell.
I understand. Well, I'm 31, as you stated, and I wear diapers.
All the time, or?
I wear them full time. Yes.
For a medical reason, or?
It probably stems from an emotional event that happened about 5 years ago. But
what happened?
I was in a really bad car accident. I was one of 5 passengers in the car, and I was the only one that survived.
Oh my God!
My friends were in the car. I happened to be, it was an expedition kind of vehicle.
4 people died and you survived?
4 people died. I survived. This was up north in Ventura County.
Wow.
And
the diaper saved your life?
No. It was that I think was the beginning of kind of emotional problems for me, obviously.
But there was no physical problem that required you?
I was actually, I didn't have any broken bones. I was fine.
How is it that you were fine and 4 people died?
I was in the very back seat of the car, and I was kind of kneeling over to one side, like kind of leaning against part of the seat, and they ran into a tree. And the 3 people up front weren't wearing seatbelts. And, the people in back were, I think if they would have been in my spot, I probably would have, they would have made it and I wouldn't have. It just, whether God had his hand on me or whatever,
Well, don't look at it that way. Look at it as Satan having his hand on the other 4.
Or that too. That's a possibility.
So, and now, but let me ask you this.
Sure.
These 4 all died. Did they die on the spot?
They all died on the spot.
And so you were there with 4 dead people?
Well, that's kind of getting into it. Pretty good there. But, it took about 15 minutes before, I guess. This is what people have told me, But there are certain things that I do remember about it because I wasn't hurt,
Yeah.
I looked over to my right, and I saw my friends that obviously I'm a fairly intelligent person. I knew that they were dead.
So I mean, they weren't rolling around holding their side.
No,
they were motionless.
It was I don't know if you've ever kind of been in a weird near-death situation, but it seems like everything just goes kind of quiet. You know, it's not like the movies where everyone's screaming. It's just, you know.
All right, so everything went quiet, but I don't want to dwell on this too long, but it was just interesting to me that, you know, sometimes people get rushed to the hospital and 2 days later they die of their injuries. But you being unscathed and standing around in this carnage must have been very bizarre.
No, I did take a trip to the hospital. I was okay.
Okay.
You know, I had some, you know, the obvious scratches and bruises.
All right, let's get to the diapers. So when did you start putting the diapers on? Right after that?
No, it was about 6 months after that. Actually, obviously, the time in between, I was going to psychiatrists, you know, to kind of try and clear the old, you know, the head and all that stuff. And it was actually Halloween. A few of my friends, you know, we went to a party, and we were dressed as babies, and so I was wearing a diaper. And
how did that make you feel?
It was simply just kind of a fun thing to do for Halloween, and then my friends dared me to put diaper just as kind of a funny dare, so I did it. You know, I've obviously was not feeling 100%, and it made me feel good. It was funny. We all laughed.
All right. So and ever since then.
I mean, I didn't do it for some time after that, maybe 3 weeks. But because of my job that I had at the time, which was an internet job, it was very, very stressful. And, my one particular boss, he was getting down on me all the time. And so I thought, you know what, if I could have just 1 second of that feeling that I had back at Halloween, maybe I can get through the day and it'd be fine.
All right. Well, So it's just
that makes sense in a bizarre way.
It's almost like an addictive process.
All right, but what do you now when you wear you wear an adult diaper, right?
Yeah, it depends.
Right, and they fit under your pants, okay?
Yeah.
And do you make in them, as we say, in the diaper business?
No.
You just have them. You go in the bathroom, you pull them down, take a leak, you pull them back up.
No.
Those. Well, I actually do both, but on times where it's kind of just like this. I don't know if yearning is the correct word, but I'll just do it kind of spur of the moment thing. If
under a little stress, you might take a little leak.
Exactly.
But not number 2.
No, not number 2.
All right.
Well, but it makes some sense that under the extraordinary stress you were under, that you would regress to a point that would allow you to have some sense of escape from these feelings. And it just so happened you coupled your experience wearing diapers with a feeling of well-being, and that was your only chance at well-being. If you were an addict biologically, you came across heroin, that's where you'd go.
This kid's starting to make sense, though. I was thinking about the sort of security and confidence of wearing a diaper. Long trips, double feature movies, parties where you're drinking, keg parties. You're just standing around, big long line at the bathroom at the ball game. You're leaking away right in your seat. You're not moving anywhere.
It may be a new trend, but be that as it may.
I like that. Plus, when you get older, you're going to have to wear a diaper, so you might as well get used to it.
All good points, Adam. But it's just such a severely distressing emotional circumstance.
So
it's just a profound regression.
So here's a question, Drew, because we're moving on. Obviously, he's got to talk to his counselor and keep with that program. Does he wear the diaper until he's ready to part with it, like me and my Huggy blanket when I was 4? Or does he go cold diaper?
He will go cold diaper when there's a plan.
When he's ready.
Well, when there's somebody there to make sure there's ways of helping him handle his feelings, with like maybe medication, with some more therapy, with some more behavioral management. It's just overwhelmingly stressful to the brain, and it's just groping for anything it can to feel better.
I gotta tell you, my underpants look like a diaper after a long day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Megan?
But imagine.
I should have an underpants service.
See, it's one that you don't take care of little babies. It's one thing to sort of change the diaper as a little child. You swipe it down, everything cleans up fine. With your shag carpet, come on.
It's the difference between dropping yogurt on the linoleum in the kitchen and dropping it on the deep shag that's in the den. That's the difference in cleanup.
Yes.
Thanks for pointing that out, Drew. Megan?
Me?
Yes, you.
Okay, I'm used to there being like 6 other Megans, so.
You're 15. What's up?
I'm trying to decide whether I want to go back to this one guy that I've been with for like a year, or move on to just being a basic whore. Because I'm already getting stuff without even trying, so I figure if I like actually go into the business and try for stuff.
I see.
Yeah, I could get some real stuff.
Right. I tried the same thing when I was 15 with masturbation. I figured, I'm doing it for free. Let's see if I can make a few bucks. I took it, I went down to Westwood where those guys, they play the guitar, they juggle, and they swallow swords. And I took my masturbation on the road, opened a guitar case, began masturbating. I figured make some change.
Quite a sensation, I hear.
Yeah. Hey, Megan. So you're really just, at 15, just thinking of being a prostitute?
Basically.
As if you're having sex, you might as well get paid?
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened to you?
Actually, the worst thing that happened to me is I was raised by Baptist Republicans, and that's pretty bad.
Payback time.
Yeah, but by the way, no.
No, it had to be a little worse than that.
Not unless they were quoting the Bible while they beat the crap out of you.
Well, I'm thinking it must have been in the genes, because everyone on my mom's side of the family has some sort of mental disorder, and everyone on my dad's side of the family is an alcoholic.
All right, so your dad is an alcoholic?
My dad's a Nick addict. He just smokes constantly.
All right. Well, so not everyone's alcoholic.
Well, he's the only exception.
All right. Well, Megan.
Still no good.
Why do you hate your parents so much? What'd they do?
They really didn't do anything that bad.
All right. Well, then stop it. Do they provide for you okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Then you're just BSing. You're just sort of...
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're just wanting attention.
You're just talking.
Listen, don't get pregnant. Don't become a prostitute until you're 18. That's what I'm going to tell my girls. You don't start turning tricks until your 18th birthday. Now, if you want me to bring a few Johns in on your 18th birthday to help you blow out the candles, that's fine. Drew, you going to give that speech to your girl?
That is a road, if you go down, that it'll be painful and there ain't no going back.
Let me tell you something about hooking, because I did a little of that to get through junior college.
Oh, yeah.
It was $9 a unit, so I didn't have to be that good.
Lots of hot older women, right?
Yeah. I really would have. There's many points in my life when I would have gladly just been a male gigolo, but unfortunately, you're blowing old men.
Yeah.
You're blowing Kenny Kingston. It's not Anne Bancroft in her 40s. Coming. 41-year-old Anne Bancroft who comes in here for. It's not the movies. See, this is what I've said about women many times, and I know women can't appreciate this, but I know many well-to-do, young, good-looking guys who have hit a prostitute a time or two. And the male or female equivalent to that would be fine for you if you're a male. You have friends who were in college or in their early 20s, maybe they were single, had a prostitute.
Right.
Good-looking guys, maybe guys in, doctors, lawyers, successful guys, drive nice cars, clean guys, upscale guys. Imagine the equivalent of that.
Of a female.
Yeah. Imagine if you were a male prostitute and you were servicing some 22-year-old hot-looking grad student, whose parents had a few bucks. And she just got a little ripped and wanted to have a good time.
Nope.
You're blowing old, fat queens.
Hi, this is Psychic Kenny King.
Leave Kenny alone.
All right, I'm giving you oral sex starting now. Peter?
Hi.
Hi.
I masturbate like 3 or 4 times a day, and I'm afraid I'm gonna run out of semen.
Don't worry about it.
Well, no, wait a minute. Now, 3 times 4, he's got about 7.5 years left then. Right, that right, would you say?
Yeah.
Worth of semen?
Yeah, 23 quarters.
Well,
you
have what's the guy care about? 22 gallons of semen on him, and you got to figure about 9.
Figure metric.
About 9. Okay, so how many liters?
12 liters.
Okay, 3 times. Say about 70 liters.
Yeah.
About 70 liters of semen in the average scrotal sac. And you figure about, let's call it 10 cc's per mission, although you figure that's going to drop off on 3 or 4 to maybe 6 or 7 cc's.
Just round out.
All right, so 3, you want to call 3 25 cc's?
Yeah.
All right, so we got to figure out how many cc's go into a liter. I could do the math. It's probably, what Drew said, about 7.5 years. What are you, 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, so about 20, 21. Start running dry. That's all right. I'll tell you what, when you're 19, when you're about 19, start storing it.
Well, you can tell them what happens when you run dry. You of course experienced this.
Well, the big, just a poof of powder comes out. It's hard to see.
Room fills up.
You know those movies like where the cake oven blows up and the chef comes out of the kitchen waving his hand around? That's the first move. Then the second is just that stick that comes out with the flag on it that says bang. Like the monkeys used to use in their TV series. And then your soul comes out, and then the ghost.
Oh, your soul comes out second to last.
Yeah, second to last. Then that ghost flies out and flies around the room. All right, so Peter, about 19, you start storing it, okay?
You can't run out, Peter.
All right.
No such thing.
Oh, my God. Have I been trying? Evelyn?
Yep.
You're 17?
Uh-huh.
What's up?
Okay. I've been with my boyfriend for like 4 months, and
Where's my wallet?
My best friend has been my best friend for like about a year. Mm-hmm. And she's bisexual. And like, we always like get drunk and hook up and stuff.
You and she?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
With her.
Yeah, that's right.
But see, I've never been with another girl, just only her.
Yeah.
But, and like, I don't know, then my boyfriend started to like her, and then we'd all, 3 of us hook up.
Yeah, how old is she?
She's 17.
How old is he?
19.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And then we all made this deal that we would all be together. Like, we were both his girlfriends.
Right.
How does that make you feel?
No, it's fine with me.
It is not fine with you. That is not fine.
We all made this deal. I could just see him. Okay, girls, get a hand in. Now, listen. We're all lonely, sexual beings.
Why would you do that to yourself? That is ridiculous.
No, I mean, she's my best friend, and, like, I totally trust her.
All right.
Trust her? Well, she's sleeping with your boyfriend.
No, I mean, she's...
All right, hold on. We got to do some gambling.
Yeah.
It's been months since we've gambled.
All right.
Let's go. Where's my wallet?
I don't have a clear read on her, though.
I don't have a clear read either, and I expect a lot of denial out of her.
Yeah, tons.
But part of it is part of gambling on this show. It's like you're an attorney. You got to plead your case. You got to break them down.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to get the court to see things your way. All right, I'm going to go first. Threesome, bisexuality, openness with the boyfriend. Could be hippie parents.
Could be.
I don't smell real overt abuse. Absent dad. Okay, here it is. Very easy. Dad did not know she was alive.
Okay.
Not out and out abuse. Not even divorced, necessarily. Maybe he was around, maybe he wasn't. I'm not sure. But never paid her any attention. Even if he was around, he never paid her attention.
Okay.
Never cared.
I'm getting a strong whack job stepdad vibe. Like addict, weird parties, exposed to weird stuff.
Ooh, nice.
Maybe some inappropriate touching or something.
Well, one can only hope. Evelyn?
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about your past. We're doing a little gambling here, all right? That's a very dubious honor.
All right.
Let's talk about your family.
My mom. I love my mom. I live with my mom and my stepdad.
Ooh, son of a bitch. Yeah, you live with your mom and your stepdad.
My real dad lives in San Francisco, but I haven't seen him since I was in the 6th grade. But before that, I never knew who he was until the 4th grade, and then I just decided to stop seeing him because he was a jerk. And then we had this big old court thing, and he said I wasn't his daughter and crap like that, but it's over with, and I don't...
What do you mean he said he wasn't your daughter? You weren't
disowned
her. He came back, and he didn't want to pay child support. He left my mom when she got pregnant with me.
He's a total idiot.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Right, but he never abused you physically?
No, never.
Or sexually?
Never was in her life.
No.
Stepdad?
My stepdad?
But so far my vibe is very good.
Yeah.
I don't get that very much.
Okay.
No physical abuse, no alcohol, no sexual abuse, just total disowning.
My dad, he always, would get drunk on me and, be all over girls in front of me. That's why I kind of felt uncomfortable going and seeing him.
All over girls in front of you?
Yeah,
that's what I've gathered that she saw.
Ooh.
I'm grabbing her and stuff, and I'm like, okay. I was in the 4th.
Let's talk about stepdad. Well, that's healthy. What about stepdad?
My stepdad, he's been my dad since I was 2. I totally see him as my dad. I love him. He's never done anything wrong to me. He's not a drinker, or he's never touched me or anything.
Uh-huh.
I totally trust him.
Good man. What do you call him?
Huh?
Call him by his first name?
Robert, yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know if call him Dad or
Oh,
Bob.
I used to call Dad when I was little, but then they split up for a while, and then they got back together.
Why'd they split up?
I don't know. My mom and him, like, for 2 years when I was in 8th grade.
Why?
My mom had an affair.
Mom had an affair.
Ooh, that's interesting. Mom's a little chaotic.
No, well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, hold on. You got any questions?
Well, there's more. Mom picks alcoholics. Did she have the affair because this other one was not
too stable?
Yeah. So it's the opposite.
She had to destabilize things. Yeah, opposite. You get that? Yeah. Hold on a second, Evelyn. I always love that question. Well, I called them Dad until they broke up for a couple of years. Oh, they broke. They separated? Yeah. Why'd they separate? Well, because they separated for a couple of years. I always wonder if our listeners think I'm going to go, oh, I see. All right, anyway. You know what I mean? All right.
I wonder if you're going to stop on that one.
Okay, here's the deal. I think I get that money.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. She has a stepdad, and so you're right there. Yeah. But were you wrong about it? Stepdad was a pretty good guy.
The dad filled the shoes that I was feeling. But the stepdad
was inappropriate, and that wasn't exactly my vibe, but I had a very distant, take it or leave it, living out of town, who cares kind of dad. And this dad is like the ultimate.
Yeah.
You're not my daughter. He hasn't seen her in 6-7 years.
And I had the surrogate dad sort of partying, doing weird stuff in front of her kind of a thing.
All right. Thank you. I'd like to thank the Academy, and I'd like to thank Drew and his ATM for this money.
Shall we, after commercial, come back and talk to Evelyn about what she might do with her situation?
No, let's just tell her not to do it.
Evelyn,
yeah.
This whole situation is not real. You were completely denying your feelings. Of course it's an awful situation. Now, you may have stronger feelings for one than the other. I'm not saying the boyfriend is the relationship, but you can't be sharing people like this. You're denying how you're actually feeling. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and the reason I knew your daddy never paid any attention to you is because you were denying your feelings for this guy. And who's yelling?
My stepdad.
Wow.
What's he saying?
Get off the phone.
I think he's saying to get off the phone.
Yeah.
Let's see what a nice guy he is.
No, he is a nice guy. It's just he puts down rules, and he...
All right, that's good. Good, listen to him, and don't have any threesomes. Okay? Okay, say I promise not to have any threesomes in front of your stepdad.
I can't.
Okay, but don't do it.
Don't do
You're
it.
screwing things up.
It's already, done.
All right.
Get out of this mess.
Listen, just don't get pregnant then, all right?
Okay.
All right. Stepdad coming in. You know what's weird? I'm 36. I get scared when dad comes in. Where they call him from, Nebraska or something? I'm like, oh, Christ.
Dad's 29, by the way.
Dad's 29. I could probably kick his ass. I'm 36, and I'm like, ooh, busted. Drew, hey, don't use my name. Shut the lights. No more pillow talk. All right. We're going to build a fort out in the living room, all right?
Let's go. Okay, out of blankets.
We'll be back after this. Hey, it's Loveline.
Anderson's got to be on antidepressants or something.
She's feeling good. Probably got laid recently.
It's like 3 days in a row of like not just animated, dramatic drama.
Listen, I told Anderson, and I've told everyone who's listened to this show, that the reason I got into radio mainly was to get out of construction, but secondly and most importantly was to see the engineer through the glass do the big "you're on" finger.
Well, you got it now. Finally, your dream
really
come true. Anderson is your dream come true.
It really is, and it's not the same in TV. The countdown, the TV countdown with the finger.
They point at the camera.
Oh,
they don't point at you.
Yeah. No,
they go.
No, shut up, Drew. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, they do. Oh, you don't do news. You've never done new live stuff. You're doing a lot of taped stuff.
You know, all it is, I have the lights on in here, which we normally don't have them up to size, so you guys just don't see us and you don't think about us. That's all.
Oh, yeah.
That's all it is.
Hey, Anderson, he thinks about you.
And a little coke.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, the point is Drew, they don't point at the camera. They point at you, goofball.
If you're doing some sort of tape thing, I suppose. But in news and live stuff, they go...
Shut up. You've been on Big Brother for 10 minutes. You think you're big time now.
Come watch a real show get done sometime.
They didn't pay you for that gig.
Part of my charity work.
That's
hey, wait.
What?
Is this not Weird Energy Night? I mean, look.
It's not that weird yet.
Some weird stuff.
It's not a full moon, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Shoe? Is that Shu?
Mm-hmm.
This is Shu.
Shu, you're 42.
Shu is 42. Yes, I am.
Yeah. What kind of name is Shu?
It's a nickname.
All right.
It's a nickname.
Girls gave it to you in high school?
What's that?
All right. What's up there, Shu?
Well, I'm a first-time caller, but a 9.5-month listener. I've been incarcerated, and we actually...
Hold on a second. What's Ann and Danielle laughing about?
Ann. What? What's that, Ann?
We're creating a routine for you.
For him?
Yeah.
Oh, that you're going to do before
dance. Yeah, do like a quick 5-10 second dance, and then boom.
With the finger?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's huge.
And by the way, I have a question.
Yeah.
Given how just incredibly awful and awful you found construction to be, and despicable your peers to be, why are you so into it now?
Because I'm like MacArthur returning to the Philippines.
Yeah.
War was hell, but I'm returning victoriously. Do you understand?
So now that you have the freedom to pick and choose when and how you do it.
I was putting a saddle cut on a 16-foot 2x roof rafter today with my combination saw, and I thought to myself for a brief moment, if I just woke up and I was standing here, I'd figure I was doing this for a living. And I was miserable for one beat. And then I thought, it's my house. And then I was happy. And then I thought, this is costing me a ton of money. And then I was miserable again. Shu?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm sorry. You were incarcerated?
Currently incarcerated.
Was incarcerated for about nine months. And there was a big dilemma going around the pod, so to speak.
What's the pod?
The pod is where the inmates are housed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What was the dilemma?
There was a dilemma, and I just had to say I disagreed with it, but I thought when I got out, I'd make a phone call and find out. So this is probably catered more towards Dr. Drew.
All right.
That if a gentleman came out of the shower, and after he was out of the shower, and someone else went in there, and the previous gentleman had masturbated while he was in there, if you went in without any kind of sandals on your feet, there were several cases of gout. Can they be affiliated with each other?
No.
Not at all.
Can't pass gout through the trout?
No way.
None whatsoever, is there?
No gout through the spout.
It really...
True.
And it really can't damage you in any other way, but it's always wise to wear the sandals, though, right?
Emotionally, it's a little rough, I gotta admit.
There's a lot of knuckleheads in there, and this will probably be some good advice, because I'm sure some of them are still listening as I speak.
Well, let me tell you something, Shu, and then we're going to get into the terms of your incarceration. But one time, when I was in Seattle sharing a motel with my partner, Jimmy Kimmel, for the morning show here at K-Rock, and oh boy, talk about pulling all the plugs. When you fly for the the morning show with K-Rock, you fly Tower Air. It's the world's only airplane that you take a bus to, by the way. Actually, you'd get to wherever you're going faster if you just stayed on the goddamn bus. But don't worry, it saved K-Rock 13 cents. Number two, you stay in a hotel that is worse than the Hi-Ho, and it's about 40 miles away from the studio, and you bunk up. So Jimmy and I were bunking up, and it was about 4:30 in the morning, and I was taking a shower, and he'd been in the shower before that. Oh. And the water pools up in the tub, 8-10 inches on a crappy motel. Oh. I'm standing in there, shin deep water, taking a shower. Jimmy taps on the door. Hey, by the way, I whacked off in there. Now I'm standing in this pond of jizz.
Pond of jizz.
Yes, and that stuff. It's magnetically drawn to the hairs on your shins.
I'm going to take your word on that. Okay.
Yes, very painful.
Okay.
So now, why were you in the joint?
Murder one charge.
Oh, well, did you do it?
No, I didn't. Well, yes, I did. I was guilty, as a matter of fact.
Oh, okay.
What happened?
He turned around pretty quick.
Well, it was a self-defense issue. I had two gentlemen try to carjack me and rob me.
And what'd you do?
Struck one in the upside of the nose and put his nose up to his forehead. And this is from training from years ago being in the Navy. And the other one I was a little bit angry at that point and proceeded to kind of just, I don't know, I guess take him out. It was either me or them.
Well, did they have a weapon?
One had a gun. The first one had a gun, and the second individual had a switchblade type knife on him.
Why were you put in prison for this? I don't understand.
I wasn't put in prison. I was actually in a county facility.
Why?
Well, several reasons. They lost my CR number apparently for about 3 months, and I switched attorneys a couple times, And the system, I've never been incarcerated before, and I would have to say that the system that I was in was a lot like probably being in the Mayberry court justice system, so to speak.
Yeah.
It was just really, it's in Arizona, and it was just disappointing and just poorly run.
So you were just waiting for a court date?
Absolutely.
Oh,
so both guys, you killed both guys?
No, just the first one.
Second guy you didn't kill?
No, just hurt him a bit.
All right, good. And
why don't we have a parade?
Yes, we have you Citizen of the Year in North Hollywood. Believe me, where I'm from.
You.
Yes, you.
Out there.
And so, but let me just make sure this is no extenuating circumstances here. You'd had no priors.
None.
Never done any time.
None.
Spotless record.
No drugs on you at the time.
Traffic tickets, and that's about it.
All right. Totally straight. Wasn't some drug bust, some drug deal that went sour or something.
I waited. I was the one who called on my cell phone and waited for the police to arrive.
You were just sitting in your car, and these guys tried to carjack you.
Well, I just gotten an ice cream cone, and one came from the front of the car and one from the back of the car and trapped me in the middle.
And these guys had weapons and stormed the car, and you defended yourself, killing one in the process.
Yeah.
And I don't even understand why you're incarcerated, or at least being detained awaiting trial for that. I know there's a body, but they can't figure that one out?
I don't either, and all that came to surface at the trial. But until that came to surface, the families were really disappointed, upset, and wanted the prosecution to really come down hard on me for it because their little 20 and 22-year-old bangers wouldn't do something like that. And they had multiple arrest records.
Yeah. Thanks, Hugh.
But when it finally came to the surface, it was cleaned up. Adam, I got something I'd like to say to you, though.
Good.
Anything.
Hey, do they listen to this show in the joint?
Oh, we all did every night, every night, 5 nights a week.
It's pro ball players in the joint that mostly listen to us. You notice that?
Yeah.
Professional baseball players.
I didn't know professional baseball players listen to
Diamondbacks.
Well, Luis Gonzalez. There's only guys.
I was talking to Sean Green the last week.
Only guys who hit over 330.
Yeah. Sean Green.
All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
That's
Hugh.
okay. I realize you feel pretty much responsible for this show's popularity because you're such a funny guy, Adam.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
And I understand that, and also because, you're a millionaire, literally.
Literally a millionaire, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, see, if I had been accused of this crime, I would have gotten F. Lee Bailey and dug up, who was the guy from Inherit and Win? I would have, Gregory Peck.
Well, I got a public defender, and that turned out to be a big waste of time.
Part of the problem, huh?
Hey, let me tell you, I was sitting around with my concrete guy today, asking him if he ever did any boozing, and he said, "Yeah, I drank a case a day." That's the thing I love about construction guys, case a day, for about 20 years.
You and your construction guy.
And the guy said he got seven DUIs, and I said, "Oh my God!" And he said he beat 5 of them. And I said, "How'd you beat 5?" Listen, you get a turning, throw a few bucks at him, you get out of a lot of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what you needed.
It's not necessarily who you know all the time, though.
No, I know, but I'm saying 2 guys hijacked you, and you went to prison. O.J. killed a couple of people, and he's playing golf.
Well, no, I wasn't found guilty. I never went to prison.
Right, but the point is if you had had a bunch of money, you would have never been waiting there for your trial.
Probably true. If I could have afforded at the time.
Bail? Absolutely.
Something. Yeah, there was a couple $150,000 bonds. And
right.
It would have been a handful.
So now, Shu, you're about to say something complimentary about me.
No, say something complimentary about Drew. Or
I was gonna say you gotta take it easy on Drew, even though when you get in one of those moods. You're really hard on him sometimes.
He really is, isn't he? He's a guy who's a murderer telling you this. Okay? This guy's killed somebody with his hands.
Listen, is everyone in the Army a murderer? No. Or are they defending the country?
No, they're
This is a hero, not a murderer. How dare you?
Should be different.
How dare you?
A killer, not a murderer. A killer.
How dare you?
A killer. I don't mean to disparage you by calling him a murderer.
Yeah,
a killer.
Sometimes you understand it's a negative connotation.
Yes,
murder.
It's not really murder. It's a killer.
I wouldn't call him a killer.
This is kind of an oxymoron, but my brother was in Brad Pitt's wedding.
Wow.
Why?
Because they were roommates in college.
Wow. All right.
And he was actually the best man at my brother's wedding a few years ago.
Right.
Brad Pitt. Really?
I don't want to anger Shu. Scare's going to come over and kill me with his hands, but we got to move on here. Been too long on these calls. That was interesting, though.
It's a weird night.
Yeah. John?
Now you go.
Yeah.
You 22?
Yeah.
Women aren't exciting you anymore?
Not anymore, no.
Okay. Well, how about taking another look at the gents. I did it. No?
What was that?
Yeah, how about guys? You like guys?
You're gay.
No, actually, I'm not like,
Not into anybody?
No.
Are you on medication?
No.
Okay. Maybe you're just taking a little time off.
What do you mean?
Maybe he's just, let me talk to him.
No.
He's just badly depressed.
All right, he better be, because he's going to be when I'm done with him.
Yeah.
I'm not into women anymore. Okay. How about guys? No, I'm not into them. Huh? You're not into women? No. Well, maybe just taking a little time off. What do you mean? Can I get a goddamn witness on this show? What's he mean? What do I mean? Jesus Christ.
What?
Hey, John?
Yeah.
Are you depressed?
Huh?
Ooh, wow. You have hearing problems?
Kind of.
Oh, really? No, don't make me feel bad and tell me you got an ear shot off in Korea or something.
Huh? No. Well, here's the problem, because I actually started masturbating when I was like around 10.
Well.
Did something come out of you at 10?
Can.
Yeah, so I started masturbating, and I never had like intercourse, during my teenage years or whatever.
Right.
And then like 2 weeks ago, actually, I decided to like have intercourse, and I don't know, it just didn't excite me anymore. It's like I've been probably the masturbation problem. I don't know, maybe like.
Are you a religious guy?
No.
Was it somebody you knew and cared about?
No, actually, I just met her, but.
All right, listen, John, find somebody and fall in love. I'm telling you, that'll renew your faith in life.
Just have a relationship.
And also, you may be a little depressed. Man loses interest in having ejaculation. That's depression. That's suicidal in my book. We'll be back.
Oh, my God. That was just on TV.
That was nice.
And that's after interrupting our great discussion, too.
That was Engineer Anderson and the Andersonettes, which is headed up by producer Ann and Danielle.
What they did was they turned the bright lights on in the control room.
Which are rarely on, so we could see them very clearly through the big plate glass. And they did a shoulder shimming of like something that they must have been. They must have rented out a rehearsal hall.
It looked like NSYNC. It looked like
something they've been working on.
Yeah.
That's obviously, and those were choreographed moves. And when I say choreographed, I don't mean those were planned by them. I mean,
the choreographer did it.
I'm talking about someone came in and worked with them. Probably the guy who did the Tonys or the Oscars. Whew! They got their groove on, and then they all simultaneously gave me the big finger point, which let me know I was on the air. Oh, I'll tell you, it's like my birthday in here. Vicky?
Yes.
You're 23?
Yes.
You caught your 5-year-old son naked with another boy?
Uh-huh.
What does that mean?
Yes.
Probably nothing.
Well, actually, they weren't just naked.
Oh, what were they doing?
Well, I found out later. See, when I didn't find out. My husband told me. I was gone at the store. He caught them. He just saw my son naked at the time. But when I came home, he told me. And when I said to both the boys at the same time, what were y'all both doing naked? My son said they were having sex. So, and my son's 5 and the other boy's 6.
He may not know what that means.
Huh?
He may not have any idea what that means.
Okay, right. But so then I asked him in detail later on what he meant. He told me that they were sucking each other's penises.
Well, that's not good.
Well, that's getting a little more down to it.
Huh?
Yeah, it's getting a little more. But let me explain something, Vicky. This is an argument Drew and I have had waging on for quite some time. It hasn't come up in a long time. I believe this stuff goes on all the time and always has gone on. I did my fair share of it. When
just because you did it doesn't mean it's normal.
Sure, I blew half the nursery school.
You think it's normal?
Well, no, listen. Here's the problem, though, and here's the big problem. Drew has 2 sons. So Drew gets extra freaky about this, and I would, too, if I had 2 sons.
I have 2 younger sons.
Well.
And the other boy has a younger son, too.
All right, so you can get a little freaky, too. Here's what I'm saying. In my opinion, it's not good for the kid, but this stuff goes on all the time, and it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to turn out this way or that way because of it.
Well, we've heard talk to many people that were abused by their peers at young ages and have some serious consequences from that.
That's true, but I could argue that is like almost like saying, did you attend nursery school or kindergarten? And they go, yes, and therefore everyone did. I mean, it's almost like a component.
But I think
Do you know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
I've taken care of him. I've been, a stay-at-home mom, and he hasn't ever really been exposed to this.
All right, well, listen.
But he does have kind of like feminine tendencies, and I've always kind of wondered.
All right.
And then I saw on the Discovery Channel last night. They were talking about boys that were born with hypospadiasis.
Right. Did he have that?
He did have that when he was born, yeah.
Interesting.
What is that?
Get my...
No.
The penis, the urethra doesn't go to the tip.
His urethra
it comes out halfway into it?
Way, not even close to the tip.
Right.
Yep, sure sign of gayness.
He's bisexual.
Well, Vicky, here's the deal.
I don't know. The other boy's mom's on the line, I think. I three-wayed her.
I'm on the line.
Oh, my God.
The
All of a sudden, I feel like we got busted again.
Yeah, okay, see, she's on the line.
What's your name?
We're friends.
Yeah, but here's the deal, guys.
What is her name? Would you shut up? What is her name?
My name is Leah.
All right, Leah, sorry. Go ahead there, Drew.
The problem is that, yes, exploration and all sorts of nudity and even sexually sort of directed kinds of activities and behaviors can be normal. Doing things that is overtly sexual or directed towards arousal or climax, those sorts of things, or things that include intercourse, things that kids could not possibly really have instincts for unless they'd been exposed to it through an adult.
What I wanted
No, that's not true. I remember being 5, 6 years old and talking about effing and all that stuff. Shut up, Vicky. What?
Where did you learn that?
It's just wherever. Okay. I mean, I wasn't watching a porn movie. I didn't see. I know you refuse to believe this because of the age.
You're
of
a compulsive masturbator. Maybe that's where this came from.
How dare you? How dare you bring that up at this time?
And so maybe that's where this came from. But the point is, so what? It's not a big injury. It's not a big deal. But
every kid, I'm saying, every 5, 6 year old kid is going to know about the noodle and the pee and about the in the mouth and the sex and all that. They do know about it. They know about it. They don't enjoy it. They don't exactly know what it is. But they got an idea. They know the girl part. They know the guy part. And a lot of them know the guy part goes in the girl part. And they know where babies come from and all that stuff.
Listen, I've had those discussions with my kids, and they're just like, what?
Well, those are your kids. Come on. You raise them like mushrooms.
I think you ought to talk to the pediatricians about it. I think they may need something, and it's a symptom. It's a sign that maybe one of them was exposed to something that.
See, yeah, I was really nice to them about it.
Oh, you don't blame somebody.
I wouldn't scare them, so they would like tell me stuff and like.
Look, and you don't want to shame the kids for it. It just closes them off.
Don't freak them out.
Yeah, but I think that again, it's a sign that maybe they were exposed to something arousing in a way that's premature.
What about everything these days?
But yeah, that's right.
But
that's
listen,
right.
Tell them. Here's what we do. Don't freak them out. Tell them it's not a proper thing to do, or they shouldn't be doing it,
right.
And then just keep an eye on them.
And then talk to the pediatrician for sure.
Allison, Drew, you're so freaked out. How old are your kids?
8, almost.
Almost 8?
Yeah.
Ooh, Jesus, I'd had a couple of bitches by 8. Yeah.
Allison?
Hi. I had something interesting happen to me at work the other day. One of the regular customers that comes in, he started talking to me like usual. He wanted to know where I was going to college and stuff. And he's like, how old are you? I was like, I'm 18. And he's like, wow, that's great. One of my friends, this guy, the customer, he's a white guy. And his friend is from the Middle East. And he asked me if I would marry his friend for $3,000. Obviously, his friend would be paying me. So that he could get a green card.
Yeah.
And honestly, the only reason it even kind of went through my head was because of the money issue.
Of course. And the numbers of hassles you can get into, I don't think would be even close to compensating.
Yeah, one of the guys who's working on my house right now did this.
Yeah.
Really?
How much did you get paid? How much did he pay?
That was I don't know. I think it was like $3,000.
That's the going rate?
Seemed to be. Yeah.
So, with the whole divorce thing and all that crap, it just wouldn't even be worth it.
I'll ask him about it tomorrow. It seems like it's a little bit of a pain in the ass, and it's not as easy as it was some years ago.
They come and make sure you're living
together. If you see that movie Green Card, you're gonna
go watch that movie.
Yeah, you're gonna marry Gerard Depardieu. He got some big nose frog in there. He's gonna try to dry hump you when you're asleep.
Okay.
Listen, Allison, here's the deal. 10 years ago, I would have said, do it. Except for you would have been 8. It would have been weird. But now, I think it's a much bigger hassle. I think they're cracking down on it. And
You're doing something illegal.
Would you shut up? I don't think it's worth it. All right?
Great.
It's like being paid to do something else illegal.
That's right. It's no different than killing the president. We'll be back. Oh, Anderson had to dive on the board to turn the mic up. Wow. It's really a banner night tonight. I got another big booty quake with the finger. Pow. On the air. Again, that's why I got in the radio, so I could get that big finger. Thank you, kids. That's wonderful. Kelly?
Oh, yeah?
You 15?
Yeah.
What's up?
I'm only 15. I'm a little overweight, but my breasts are I'm abnormally huge.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just gross. And I play sports and stuff, and it's just really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was wondering if how old do you have to be to get breast reduction?
Old enough.
How old's that?
I don't know. They're really gross?
Huh?
And what's gross about them? Big
No,
is
it's
good.
just it's weird because it's kind of like guys don't like it.
Oh.
They think it's they just don't find it attractive because they're so big.
Hold on a second. I have 2 things to say to those guys.
You're gay.
How dare you? And how dare you? Thank you. See, I give give a triple clutch on that first one with my. Yeah. Okay. They don't like it. How do you know they don't like it?
It's just every guy I talk to, we talk about it and stuff and there's yeah, I don't think it's very attractive. I'm like,
They say that?
No,
yeah, they say that.
They don't.
Nice rack.
Seriously, some of my best friends say that to me.
Man, my buddy Zeb wouldn't say that to you. I'll tell you that. He loves those big boobs. That's what brought us together. Listen, how tall are you? I'm going to do some math.
I'm 5'9".
Ooh. Wow. And how much you weigh?
175.
Okay, let me do a little radio math here. Just give me a second. 5'9", 175.
She may be understating, too.
5, ring around the 2. Okay, I'm at 5'7" and a quarter, 193. All right, so you're good. You're a good-sized gal, and your breasts are big like everything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not calling you a big fat tubular, but I mean, it's like, put it this way. Big guys have big hands, big feet, big forearms. You're a big girl with big boobs.
I know, but I've tried losing weight, and I lose it everywhere but there.
All right, well, what weight would you like to get down to at 5'7" and a quarter?
140.
140.
That'd be nice to get down to.
All right, so you have 53 pounds to lose, according to my radio math.
Roughly 40, whatever.
Okay.
Once you work with a dietitian, get some exercise program going.
I guarantee.
I've done it.
All right, but listen. Okay, Kelly, let me give you a couple. I'm going to tell you 3 things. I'm going to hang up on you. All right?
Okay.
Okay. First off, you can't get a boob job at 15. You're not going to get one at 15.
16, 17.
Quiet down. All right.
They will, but no.
Shut up. First off, you're a few years away from a boob job. So, second off, you want to lose 30, 40 pounds anyway.
Yeah.
And third off, some of the boob may come off when you lose 30, 40 pounds. So, make your focus losing the weight right now, and then we'll cross the boob bridge when we come to it. And call me when you cross that boob bridge, would you?
Okay.
All right.
There's bound to be
There
some
you go.
loss there.
Listen, if she says she's 175 on the phone over the radio, and she's a chick, you got to be 185, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you're 185, you could stand to lose 40, 45 pounds, probably. Okay. You lose 40, 45 pounds, you're going to lose some boob.
Yeah.
There ain't a chick in the world doesn't lose some boob when she drops 40, 45 pounds.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
We're talking to, who were we talking to at the Teen Choice Awards? Billy Bob?
Ron?
Yeah. The big guy from, was it Varsity Blues?
Varsity Blues, yeah.
Right. Gave me a ride home that night after the Academy Awards party. You know the big dude? I mean, this guy's, he's got a lot.
He's also unpopular now.
Yeah, he's unpopular. Right, what'd you say? He's been on the show. What would you say? Ron Lester, yeah. Man, Ron is he's 400 if he's an ounce, right?
And he just spent a few weeks at Duke at the.
He went to. I said to him, he goes, "I lost 40 pounds over the summer." How'd you do that? Fat farm,
fat camp,
fat camp. I love. There's nothing more refreshing than a fat guy who's right in it, right there with you. It's not like attitude adjustment seminar. Fat camp,
health seminars.
So he's like, fat. And my first thought was, 40 pounds sounds good, but on you, I was going to say, what, you didn't eat? You didn't eat lunch? I mean,
you could have peed that out overnight.
40 pounds, yeah. I mean, tell you, he could have sweat that out on a good walk. I mean, 40 pounds didn't show on him. But hey, I don't want to take away from the guy's achievement.
You actually really lose it. It's a slow process. So
right.
He's getting into real weight reduction. So.
And good. Now, what do you do at fat camp?
Probably learn behavioral techniques and exercise programs and dietary management and support. And more importantly, and this is something that Ron will speak to, is he learns alternative ways to deal with his feelings.
Oh.
Because he eats when he doesn't feel good.
He better be eating because he's a big boy. Yeah. Now, let me tell you, I'd love to be like a DI drill instructor over at fat camp. You know what I mean?
That's Richard.
Waking all the
scumbag.
You love fat camp, don't you, Lardos? I can't hear you, son.
Nice.
Would that be great?
Yeah.
That'd be a good job for me, by the way. I could really motivate.
Yelling at anyone, Adam, you're good at that.
I could really motivate.
I think that's what really makes you happy about this construction stuff you're doing.
Oh, my God. I have 5 guys who I've known for years, and I just yell at them all day. They are so miserable that I'm there. Do you understand?
And this is your best mood. I've seen you in like a year and a half.
I know.
Imagine if you're doing this goddamn man show right now.
They work at my house anyway, and I just haven't been there in 5 months, and now I'm there, and they're miserable. It's great.
What have they been doing there?
They've been working on the rest of the house at their own pace. But now the maestro is there, as I call myself. I have all the Latino brothers call me maestro.
Not really.
Oh, yes. Maestro! And I point at my head, and I yell, maestro! I go, get to work.
Your little stick.
Yeah. And I always call, Oswaldo is Nicaraguan, and I always call him Mexican. He can't stand it. Yeah, the Nicaraguans, El Salvadorians, they don't like to be called Mexican.
It's like calling Korean Japanese or something.
Huh?
Liz.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
What's happening?
First of all, I have to tell you guys, I loved you guys both for like ever. I've been listening to you guys since I was in like 5th grade.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hope it was a good thing.
Yeah, actually it was. Okay, that's not my real question. My real question is, okay, I haven't seen my dad since I was like 7, and he came back because he like moved to Mexico, and he came back, and he like wants to be all involved in my life now, and I don't know what to do.
Well, it doesn't work like that, right?
Exactly.
He can't just come and go as he pleases. And I think it's important for you to, you tell me if this is accurate or not, but I suspect it would be important to you to let him know really how you feel in a genuine way, how his behavior has affected you. I think if you got that off your chest and really had an opportunity to be heard, if you really could receive that information, then you might have a foundation to start to reconnect with him. But if you have to deny what he's done to you or your feelings about him, that ain't going to work.
See, I don't know if I want to, like, reconnect with him.
Because it's frightening. You might leave again, right?
Exactly.
Well, that's the kind of stuff you need to talk to him about.
Yeah. I think you can be honest with him. I mean, you can tell him, listen, I'd like to, but it's scary, and you burnt a bridge, and we'll work on fixing it.
And I wouldn't even be that calm about it. It's like, hey, dickweed, really, you jerk. You really hurt me. You can't come and go like that and expect it just to be, okay, I'm a doormat that you can use as you please.
Yeah,
I have feelings, and they were profoundly hurt by you.
Well, you sure she shouldn't start with ass wipe instead of dickweed?
Yeah, ass wipe would be good. Yeah.
Mel?
Yes.
You're 21?
Yes.
What's up?
Well, my fiance and I have been dating for 4.5 years now, and we have never had intercourse, sex. He's, brought me to orgasm a couple of times, just, touching me and stuff. but he won't let me do that to him in return. We're both religious. He is more so than I am.
Yeah.
And
No kidding.
we both taught, we have to wait till we get married. We're getting married next summer.
Yeah. What kind of, you guys wacky religions or just kind of wacky
just
religions?
Christian. But, it's just something that's kind of been taught to us since we're, real little. And,
Right. Hey,
I have offered, to have sex with him, and he just kind of turns me down every time.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of, getting frustrated with
How
him.
about a little oral sex?
I see he won't let me. I've offered.
That I worry about. How old is he?
He's 22.
Okay. Ooh, okay, so
we're both virgins.
Thomas More.
Drew, stop messing with your mic, would you? It sounds like we're in Frankenstein's lab. Put that down, would you?
You put yours down.
Mine doesn't hum that way.
Yeah, well, I want to use your mic.
Well, listen.
I'll get you a new one at the break.
Let me give you some incentive. Drew, you won't be able to ram your chair under the console and lift it 3 feet off the ground when you shift around if you're leaned back that way with your mic, all right?
All right.
But it's harder to punch, too, when it's not stationary that way. All right. Hey, Mel?
Yeah.
What else does this guy do? Does he live to the letter of the biblical law on everything?
I think he tries to.
He tries to, but does he?
He's a really good person. I love him a lot.
All right. Does he ever, cheat on his taxes or litter or anything?
I don't think so. He's probably like
ever punched anyone or something?
Did anything ever happen to him when he was a kid that scared the crap out of him?
Not that he's told me.
He got his penis slammed between two Bibles.
It seems so excessive.
I mean, I can tell he's like aroused and stuff, and I want to, help him out, and he won't
All right.
let me.
Now he's helped you out with his fingers.
Fingers, yeah. We've never taken our clothes completely off. I've always, I've had my shirt off a couple of times, but...
We shouldn't be discouraging this, by the way.
No, I mean, it's fine for all you little people.
No, it's a good
celebrities like
thing.
me.
It's a good thing, and it also tends to, heighten romance and arousal and expectation and idealization.
Until they get naked and you're like, oh, Christ, I married this pig?
I'm kind of like chunky.
Huh?
Are you chunky?
I'm a little bit overweight.
All right, man, that's good. Well, keep your pants on. All right, hey, listen, Mel. Here's the thing. It's tough because of the religion, although anyone who gets in the religion too much is screwed up, anyway, right?
Yeah.
Because it's all nonsense.
Yeah, but you guys are... Listen.
Okay. Marry him. I mean, you got to marry him anyway because you got to have sex, and he's not going to get married unless he has sex. But don't be too surprised if he goes a little bit weird on you somewhere in there.
But let's think of it this way. Mel, do you have any ill feeling about Mel? Does she give you an instinct that this
No.
Okay, he's chosen her.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
I'm
an
all
okay
right with
thing.
you.
All right.
God bless you. Enjoy.
All right, thanks.
All right. You guys will be fine. But here's what you need to say to him, Mel. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
You need to say, listen, we haven't had sex. I haven't touched you in any biblical way. But listen, and we're getting married, and that's going to be part of our future. But, man, if something's up with you other than the religion, speak up now, right now. If you like guys, if you're thinking about altar boys, if your uncle goosed you when you were 5 and you're having difficulty coping with that, speak up. I want to know. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, like he's gonna. 22. No oral sex.
Yeah, I know in the mean streets of North Hollywood he would be lynched.
Yeah, we'd
just for attempting to maintain it.
What's the opposite of a heretic? That's what we'd lynch him for. Listen, I wouldn't
for piousness.
He's a piet. He's a zealot. I wouldn't turn down oral sex from a syphilitic.
No, a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. A piranha. Brian? You're 26?
Right.
What's up?
I'm wondering the long-term effects of inhalants.
Memory problems, mood disturbances, abstract reasoning difficulties.
What kind of inhalants?
Okay. Well, when I was in high school, we did a lot of that, like gasoline and spray paint for like a year.
Yeah.
Until we found out what it could do to you, and then we quit. But
well, here's the deal, Brian. You didn't do yourself any good. That you'll never know.
Yeah, are you having specific problems now?
Well, I shake a little bit.
Yeah, tremor. That's a possibility.
Uh-oh. I've sucked a ton of gas and a ton of spray paint in my life.
No, not like this.
I didn't put it in a bag, but I mean, instead of doing it for 5 minutes, I worked for 8 hours with it.
It's different.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It's not good, but it's different.
Oh. Medium. Yeah.
But it is what it is, Brian. There's no one doing it.
I wouldn't freak himself out too much about it. I mean, listen, I don't think you did yourself any good, but he's 26. He's not even 30 yet.
You should see these guys I've seen.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
But how much huffing have they done?
It's hard to tell. You know, what the quantity, how to quantify that.
Let me ask you something here, Drew. Is your brain like a bone or a muscle in your body, whereas some guys, and these are some of the guys I grew up with, they fall out of buildings and stuff, and they get up and they dust themselves off.
Yes.
And there's other guys who would be killed.
Yes.
Mostly the Jewish guys I hung
right.
out with.
And
killed
or even
if they fell off of that same building.
Or even more thoroughly thinking of that sort of line of reasoning, like your lungs. Like you're sitting here breathing, you're only using a small part of your lungs. There's all this reserve lung. And you could injure that, you could lose that, and you could still sit here and breathe comfortably.
Right.
And some people can tolerate more or less of that. It's the reserve issue. If you eat through your reserve.
But here's what I'm asking: is your brain like a bone?
Yes. It's
and some guys beat the crap out of it and seem to be all right.
It appears to be.
And other guys, they screw around just a little. They have a few hits of X or acid or whatever, and they're screwed.
Yes.
And what would make one brain more resilient than another?
Well,
would it be just a certain part of that brain?
It's two separate issues. One is, do you upset a part that's already sort of precariously balanced? The answer to that is yes. There's that possibility.
Right.
But with things like alcohol and inhalants, you're actually doing global damage, and it's even more obvious there. Some people can tolerate this damage for decades, and they're kind of okay. Other guys, a couple years of it, and pow, they're just out of it.
Yeah.
It's real variable.
Well, like my concrete guy, case a day.
Where do you throw away his
not
sofa?
Not a 6-pack, not 12-pack a day.
This guy threw the sofa away?
No, that was a guy. He was doing the concrete. He was finishing the slab. He was a finisher.
I see.
This guy was actually pouring it and forming it, and grading it, and all that kind of stuff. Case a day. I was like, how do you find time to drink a case of beer a day?
Yeah.
I can understand putting a 12-pack away a couple days a week, maybe.
I can't put away 6 Coca-Colas.
A case a day. I'd just be sitting and I'd put that diaper on. I'd call her, I was wearing her. Like, how do you have time? He said he ran an electronics store. It was his shop. He started drinking. He was going to crack his first one about noon and keep a nice buzz going all day. Then, and also, by the way, it said, sometimes you get home and hit the hard stuff. You get that case buzz going the whole day.
Oh, to me, it's just this. Ugh.
Great, huh? All right.
We're early.
Yeah, we're not going to take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah? You don't want to do that?
No.
Okay. Michelle?
Uh-huh.
You're 15?
Yeah.
What's up?
Hi, I've got kind of a weird problem. Since I was smaller, I've always sucked my finger, and I still do it, and I can't stop. I've got like this weird bump on my finger.
Well, it's some sort of self-soothing mechanism you've developed.
I guess so, but it's kind of strange because I kind of go back into childhood. Like when I was smaller, I wet my bed until I was like 13.
Yeah. Was your family kind of falling apart?
Yeah. When I was much smaller, when I was about 5.
Well, again, this is the situations where you needed nourishment emotionally from your family, and what you got was chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And deregulation of your emotional situation. And when kids don't get the regulatory input they need, they fall back on whatever mechanisms are available to them.
Yeah.
Regression.
Why don't you get a pacifier so you can give your finger a break?
Well, I actually tried that, but it wouldn't work. When I was about 3, I got a really bad cut on my thumb, and every time I put it in my mouth, it would hurt really badly. So I switched to my right index finger. And the pacifier just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I've got this weird bump on my finger that just won't go away.
All right, well, dip it in that apple bitter stuff.
No. You Michelle, how about getting some therapy?
Oh, okay.
You got some stuff going on.
I actually went to a therapist when I was about 7.
Yeah, but how about...
He didn't do anything.
All you do is work with Calais when you're 7.
Get one and stay with her for about 7 to 10 years, and that's what it'll take to get through all this.
No, that's what a 15-year-old wants to hear.
Take a
half
long
your life.
time.
Listen, first off, I won't put any fingers in my mouth because I scratch my ass way too much. There's no way I'm getting it in there. And then I was thinking, I never did suck my thumb at all. Any of my fingers. And you know why? Now that I think about it, I can't breathe. I can't breathe through my nose.
Right.
I got to have my mouth hanging open.
Yeah.
And then it's not like you're sucking your thumb. It's like your mouth is an ashtray and your thumb's a cigarette just sitting in there. That's no good.
No.
I would like breastfeed, when I was a kid. Now that's my oral sex technique.
Probably the deprivation from the breast that you're still going after now. You're trying to make up for lost time by getting the bigger, better breast.
All right, now we'll take ourselves a little break. When we come back, we'll speak to Ryan. Ryan is 18, does working out, increased stamina. You see, I'm stimulated by Ryan's call during sex. We'll find out. I'm interested about the answer to that after this. Hey. Yeah, that's all like. Oh, Adam Carolla, it's whoever. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. When we left off, we were talking to Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan is 18 years old. Ryan?
Yeah.
You want to know if working out increases stamina during sex?
Yeah.
It can increase your testosterone levels. The Kegel type exercises, so exercises of the pelvic muscles and the sort of the gluteal muscles, that kind of thing. Some people think can create some control.
Well, here's the question. I know this sounds like stupid naive, but you mean how long you can hold out?
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't know if it meant how long you can go for.
Yeah.
I think both would apply though, right?
Yeah.
But the holding out thing doesn't really apply.
Not really. No.
Sorry, Ryan.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
It increases your desire for sex, probably.
Cancel your membership to the gym there, Ryan. It ain't working, buddy.
All right, see you.
Oh, I'll tell you, I wish I had that.
What?
I have
desire to have sex.
Poke semen out of my penis. I really do. I don't understand that.
What do you mean? You think you perfected the mechanism whereby that can be released.
I do. I mean, yeah. I have to force it out.
With great speed. Great alacrity.
Yeah. Well, when I'm on my own.
Oh, I see.
But you see, here's my feeling. Here's what I'm saying. And think about this for a second, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm missing out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what is good about an orgasm beside the semen coming down the flume?
Right.
It's this sort of spontaneous explosion, right?
Right.
And for me, it's never spontaneous.
Oh,
it feels good, but I got to work it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I said,
I'm kind of missing a certain facet of it.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah, the chi part. You could skip masturbating for a couple of days and it will restore itself. How dare you?
You know what I'm saying, Drew?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm getting at?
I believe I do.
I think I've been slighted.
And I'm saying that spontaneity and that intensity will come back if you give yourself a break.
No, it won't. It doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wired a certain way down there.
Maybe.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
It's sad.
It is. Amy?
Yep.
You're 17.
I am.
What's up?
I've got a question. I'll start from the beginning. I've been with my boyfriend for about 3.5 years now, and we're sexually active, and about 2 months ago, he had sex with somebody else. And we weren't officially hooked up then, but I found out he had sex with another girl, and everything built up. I'm now kicked out of my house.
Because of what he did?
Because he came over one night, and we were talking, and he says, I'm like, what's wrong? Because I could tell he was kind of unsettled, and he said, well, so and so might be pregnant, and I'm like, what? And then he kind of turned it around and was like, I effed up, I'm sorry, he basically said, I'm going to commit suicide, And
how did that end up with you being kicked out of the house?
So that's why folks kicked you out?
Yeah.
Well, no.
All right, well, get to that part, would you?
I ended up leaving and taking him home, making sure he got home okay, so he wouldn't go off and say, do what he was going to say, And when I came back, the doors were locked. I wasn't welcome home, and then I ended up, I wasn't welcome home basically after that. My parents don't like him. and I'm now living with one of my girlfriends. And now another part of this, I've been molested.
There we go.
Yeah, Amy,
Yeah.
this wasn't the first time you acted out.
No.
No, of course not.
Yeah, and it was by my big brother when I was about probably about 6 to about 10, maybe 11.
Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
This is your older brother, not stepbrother.
Yeah, it's my older blood brother.
4 years, huh?
Yeah.
And what's up with your screwed up parents that they couldn't catch on to this?
They never knew, they never caught on, and
I know, but doesn't it seem like something's up with them?
they never caught on. I was a little girl. He was just don't tell, whatever. And
How old is he?
right now he is 26, and now I came back.
Hold on a second. He's almost 10 years older than she is. So when she was 10, he was 19. And, I mean, he was at this from, 14 to 19 or whatever. Right. I mean, that's, or even like 15 to 19. I mean, starting that S up. I mean, it wasn't like he was 6.
No, it's a mess.
That's a mess, man. Oh, my God. What is up with him?
See, but my family knows now.
Okay, but what? First off, does he have any kids? What's he doing now?
Yeah, when he got married when he was 23, I think, and he had a daughter, and she had a heart transplant when she was born.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so and when all this was happening, she was in the hospital with another heart operation when I had left.
Oh, okay, but the point is, does he have a kid who's alive?
He has, she's 3 right now, and then he has a son that's 8 months old.
Just what he needs.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, and my whole, I came back and talked to my whole family. I've got 2 older brothers and 1 sister.
All right, where are we going with this? Where are we going?
Well, they all know now.
All right, but what can we do tonight to help you?
Chris is my boyfriend. He is the one that help me out and help me out.
We have no doubt he's not a good guy, by the way.
Really?
You're attracted to him.
Yeah, because I love him with all my heart, and
That's the problem.
He used to do drugs and he used to do this, but he's in AA now.
Good. All right, good. But he screwed around on you, but it was before you guys officially got together.
Right.
So what do you want to do?
That's the thing. I don't know what to do.
Okay, listen. You can stay with him. It's probably not going to be forever, and don't get pregnant.
Okay.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
How many brothers and sisters in your family, including you?
3 girls and 2 boys.
That's including you.
That's including me.
All right, so there's 5 of you.
Yep.
Good. See what a mess it is? Don't have any.
Okay.
All right. Go to school, get your GED, go to junior college, get a job, fight to keep it, do all that stuff. Just don't have a kid and don't get chaotic with this guy.
Okay.
As long as he's good to you, you can stay with him, but you get on birth control. You hear me?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Take
Bye-bye.
care of yourself.
You too. Thank you.
All right. She sounded all right, considering
what she's been through.
As I kill my parents if they did that. I mean, listen, that's the big brother. The big brother's a mess, and obviously the big brother's a product of this family. But where the hell are the parents that this 18, 19-year-old guy is having at your 7, 8-year-old?
For years.
For years, and you're not catching on to this?
Yeah.
That's horrible parenting. Drew, you couldn't smuggle a pack of matches into your house, could you?
No.
Parents frisk you at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad had a very crude metal detector that he'd fashioned out of foil and some aluminum siding that used to go off. Drew'd have to pull his retainer out and throw it in the bucket and pass it through. His mom would take it. It'd be just like the airport, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keys. Carrying keys, sir. And then she had that wand. The wand she used was one of those electric coal starters they used to use in the barbecue.
Yes.
And plug that in. I was thinking about my grandfather used to use one of those. They used to start charcoal briquettes, everybody, like when you barbecue.
Why don't they do that anymore?
Because they didn't work, that's why.
Oh.
And they burned up, as much electricity as the city of Atlanta uses in 3 months to start a bunch of coals.
It's like the coils that are at the bottom of your oven.
Yeah,
on a stick.
Yeah, those coils, those heating coils like an electric oven on a little stick with a plastic handle, and you just stuff it into the charcoal briquettes.
And 7 hours later.
7 hours later, they're almost ready to go. was great. It'd always sit there for like 2 hours, then we'd realize it wasn't plugged in. Like, you know, the extension cord running into the house, and but it would be, you know, on a kitchen. It'd be on like a kitchen outlet that was on a switch that wasn't flipped or something. I mean,
what was the problem with lighter?
I don't know why Grandpa couldn't have thrown a little lighter fluid on there and gotten the thing going. He loved that wine.
That was that period of time when anything new was good.
Yeah,
that early 70s period.
Oh man, that thing never. I'd like to find the guy who invented that and just kick the ass out of it.
But think of all. We should come up with a whole book of early 70s
junk that didn't work.
Well, yeah, conveniences. Early 70s conveniences.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's got to be 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
Just like that, and all the most ugliest, hideous design of all time. Every one of them.
Oh, right, yeah. My house had the house I just bought had an under-the-counter toaster that was built into the wall. It was built into the wall, and it slid out. And the problem is it didn't slide out enough to clear the upper cabinet, so it's about 3 inches, so that the bread could go in. You'd bend it because it was not toasted yet, but you had to snap it in half to pull it out of the thing.
There you go.
Yeah, that's when everything
in the wall. It's cool.
It's built in the wall, pops right out.
It's cool.
Albert?
Yeah.
You're 28?
Yeah.
What's up?
I just want to start off by telling Adam and Drew, you guys are badass, man. I like listening to you guys. You guys got a good show there.
Oh, thank you.
I work at a place that has like 500 people working there. You know, it's a pretty big place. And I've been with like 4 different girls from work, and they all know about each other, you know, and I kind of got like a reputation going around there.
What kind of place? Is it Dick?
Huh?
What kind of place?
It's like a warehouse.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And
I'll tell you, that's some hot tail, that warehouse tail.
Yeah.
You ever see those warehouse chicks?
You'd be surprised, man.
Yeah, I know. No, I know. There's some pretty good-looking chicks there. A little too much eye makeup, but
yeah,
pretty good-looking.
Yeah, it works sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyways, like I've been with like 4 of them at work, and then I've kind of made out with a few of them.
What's the question?
It's more of a declaration than it is a question so far. Yeah?
Yeah, it's real awkward at work sometimes. You know, I can't, even where I work.
Oh, you love every second of it. What are you talking about? What do you do over there? Drive that forklift?
I'm telling you, man, when they're, you know, I just to get to where I work, I have to pass by 2 of them, you know.
Oh, you love it. You're not marrying. What do you care? You're not marrying any of them.
This is why you don't mess around at work. It's just very uncomfortable when things don't work out.
That's why I broke things off with Ann and Danielle and Anderson.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, it's awkward. It's just, see, that's my question.
You're gay. Of course it is.
It's awkward as hell.
All right. Well, listen, you should have thought about that, but who cares? What do you do over there?
Same thing as everybody else, basically.
So you're not in any sort of authority position over these folks?
I'm not going to be for a while because of that, probably.
Yeah,
you know, but
see, I mean, it really affects you.
Now, listen, he's bragging. I banged 4 chicks. I made out with 5 others. They talk about it.
Be that as it may, though,
he's
probably uncomfortable.
I'm a big boy.
Probably is uncomfortable.
I never had that feeling of being uncomfortable in front of a woman I had sex
but you
with.
never were in a focused environment where there's more than one.
Well, once in a while I'd go back and visit the old whorehouse, and I'd see a couple of them, and it was a little bit uncomfortable in the parlor. Yeah, I'm trying to think. You know, it was always kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. I don't mind other people knowing either. It's kind of nice. I mean, it's a little bitch for the women. I understand with the double standard and everything, but
hey, Albert,
he's an idiot. If he wasn't a dick, he wouldn't have nailed 4. And when he said made out with a bunch of other ones, what do you think he was trying to do?
I understand he's been a dick, but he doesn't like the fact that he's been that way.
Yeah, he was bragging. He's fine. It's a warehouse job. And you know what? I'm not sure that there's anything in a lot of warehouses. I think they're just big places where people that work.
Just big hangers.
The people just hang out and work, yeah, but they don't actually have any products.
David?
Yeah.
You're 27. What's up?
Hey, what's happening? Love the show. I was just wondering, in the past, I had a lot of drug use. I smoked a whole lot of pot. Now, I've been clean and sober for 3 years, and I'm just wondering if my short-term memory is ever going to come back.
You still having a problem with that? It should be a lot better by now.
Well, it is kind of. I mean, I work for 411, so you'd think it's all right, but sometimes I couldn't tell you what I had for breakfast.
Yeah, that's all right. I do that. Means you're a genius.
What other drugs did you do besides pot?
Well, I'd used amphetamines also in the past, but it had been about 8 or 9 years, and I did a lot of LSD too.
Yeah, one of the LSD. Usually the memory problem from pot comes back over a year or two. Really, almost entirely. At least that's been my experience. So I have to wonder if there was some other injury from the LSD or the amphetamine. And I have had a few patients who have been on amphetamine complain that there's a memory problem that's persistent.
Hey, you
but
work
that's
for...
people do a lot of amphetamines.
You work for 411?
Yeah.
You an operator?
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, geez, now I forgot what I was.
No, I don't give out wrong numbers.
What? No, I don't mind that part. But you know what part I have trouble using all the time? Where they go, if you'd like to connect, if you'd like to be automatically connected to this number for an additional charge, push 1 or whatever. And I go, oh yeah, fine. I'm busy, and as I've stated, literally a millionaire.
Then you push.
I press 1, and then it's like, no, press 1, and then it's like, please dial your access number or dial in which long distance carrier or whatever. And it's like, oh, screw it. I hang up and then dial the number at that point.
Or what I hate, I didn't
know I was going to be led down a long path. I just thought I could push the button,
Yeah.
Actually, Adam, I do it for cellular phones, and we connect you for free.
Well, that's what I like about the cellular phones. And if you want to call $100 a month free, fine. But let me tell you this, David. Good. I'm glad you brought that up, because every time I get a number on my cell phone, they always do this, and I wish they'd eliminate this, because you're driving and you're going, yeah, I need the North Hollywood Taco Bell, and they'll go, okay, I'll connect you to 818-76, and I always want to jump in and go, don't give me the number, just connect me.
Well, what's worse is
I'm not dating the guy.
Then you get connected, and it's a busy signal, and you don't know what the number is you've just dialed.
Oh, true. It's so bad.
That's what kills me.
You know what's a bitch too, David? Sometimes when I order a mint julep and they don't have a silver swizzle stick, and the escargot is cold, or at least a little colder than room temperature, which is how I like it and how it's meant to be eaten. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So, okay. David, the thing is, I have had some patients that use a lot of amphetamine complain of this as a persistent problem, so it might be related to that. Memory does have a behavioral component to it, so you can work on retraining your brain. At your young age, you should be able to overcome a lot of that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You know what else is good for memory, too? Get some sleep.
Mood is, having your affect, your mood properly.
Nah, that doesn't do it, but getting a little sleep does. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk to Jackie. Jackie, developing feelings for her best friend. Does it mean she's a lesbian? Well, good. I'm glad it's a girl.
How dare you?
We'll be back.
Kill my there it is.
Jesus Christ. That was tough. That wasn't much of a fart, but you got the point. That's great. I was standing in my kitchen today with the wheeze, and he's just standing next to my old roommate, and he's just standing next to me, and I just go like, and he looks at me, he pauses a beat, he doesn't say anything, he goes, the one comes flying out of him. I give it a beat, I'm like, he looks at me again, he takes a beat, and he goes, just like barely squeezes, like, it was like, and I'm like, I give it a beat, I look at him, and it's like, and he just looks at me and goes, I'm gonna ask in my pants. Like, it was like checkmate, or something. It was like, it was the opposite of checkmate. It was I give, uncle, it was like,
either that or.
I'd like to keep going, but I'm gonna crap my pants. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. We're both 36.
That says it all right.
And it wasn't even laughing. He looked at me seriously. It's like, I could keep going, but I'm going to ask in my pants. I'm like, it's cool. Jackie? 36 years young. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. And you're 17?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
What's up there, baby?
First of all, can I say something?
Uh-huh.
I've been listening to you guys for only a week, and I think you guys are, really smart. So.
Thanks, Jackie, especially after Adam just regaled you with his puerile humor.
That timing was still pretty good with the fart, though, right?
That's nice.
Okay. Well, it's kind of complicated. I've had this best friend for my whole life, and it's just, she's so beautiful to me, and she doesn't think that. But and lately I've just been having these weird ideas about her and stuff, and I don't know if it's just hormones or
Have you had a boyfriend? Have you been with boys?
I haven't had a boyfriend in a year, so.
But do you like boys?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you like boys?
Oh, yeah, well, I like boys. It's just, I don't know, they never seem good enough for me. I always find one little thing wrong, and it's like, oh, he's a loser, and so I don't know what it is. I'm really confused.
That might be a defense against getting involved, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up? Where's Daddy?
He's at home.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's really nice to me and everything.
Why are you scared of guys?
I'm not scared of guys.
Well, why do you sort of pick your way out of a relationship with them?
Yeah, exactly. It's
why is that?
It's just I don't know, but it's like people say that I'm too feminist, feministic. It's hard to explain.
That's a euphemism for a lesbian. All right, listen, hey Jackie.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong being picky, by the way.
No, go ahead and hold out. Fine. Drew, you hope your daughter holds out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with being attracted to your friend, and girls do this all the time. I don't think it's a lesbian thing necessarily.
Intimate feelings and sexual feelings get sort of mushed together at your age. It's hard to tell the difference.
Oh, okay.
Do you fantasize about her?
Sometimes. It doesn't get you know how guys, they always have these pictures of girls with whips together and stuff. It's nothing like that. I see more like
more chains.
No. I see it more romantic, and
candles, holding each other.
It's that intimacy
hugging
that you're not getting from the guys, and guys your age have difficulty delivering on.
Yeah, women could deliver that, except for lesbians don't necessarily. I mean, yeah, they don't. You know what I'm saying? Very ironic. Two heterosexual women could really deliver the goods for each other. Draw you a bath, trail of rose petals, flowers just because. If I told you how beautiful you are, that the slacks are slimming. But I don't think lesbians really have that component. Because they're like guys. That's what makes them lesbians. And then ironically enough, gay guys have that, but you hetero chicks can't get them either. You're screwed. You can't get it from hetero guys, for the most part. You can't get it from lesbian chicks, and you can't get it from, you can get it from gay guys, but they don't want to deliver it. So you're kind of screwed with all that stuff. I think your best bet as a woman
is why they accept heterosexual men.
Sort of gay guy. Not really gay, but what I call hallmark gay, would be gay.
Half
mo. All right. Well, anyway, Jack is confused. Don't get all caught up in this.
She's fine.
Right. Don't act out. Well, if you want, what the hell, Scott? It's not going to clarify anything, though. You're 19.
Right. Just sit back, figure out what you want from a relationship.
During sex, your boyfriend noticed a bump on your butt.
You're gay.
And that was his nuts.
What do you mean a bump?
I don't know. He said it was. I don't know. Not really. I mean, it doesn't It doesn't affect me anyway. I mean, if I can go to the bathroom, I don't feel that I can sit down. I mean, I don't even know it was there. And we have been going out for about 8-9 months now.
Well, was he cornholing you?
Yeah.
Really?
And he noticed, and then we stopped.
I mean, I
didn't know what it was.
Where is the bump? On your butt or in your butt?
In it.
So
almost.
It's near the anus. That's a hemorrhoid.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Hold on. Reason number 2,755 why I don't go gay. Discovering a hemorrhoid on my partner's anus with my penis.
How do you get hemorrhoids?
Mostly inherited and straining, and that's it.
Working a little too hard on the pot.
Yeah, having anal sex will give you hemorrhoids, possibly.
All right. You're not experiencing any pain down there?
No.
Oh, it might be a skin tag. There are other things, there's sort of fibrous tags.
Hey, why don't you get on a mirror and figure that out? I did that to myself.
Go see a proctologist.
Let me tell you what I did, Scott.
See any doctor, actually, for that matter.
I got my ass. I put it up against a big glass sliding door, big mirrored door, and I shined a flashlight off the mirror into my took eye so I could see what was going on down there. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
So if it's not a hemorrhoid, what else could it be, possibly?
I don't know. Examine it. See what it is.
Fibrous tag, a fistula, could be all kinds of things.
Hey, should gay guys go to a special ass doctor?
No, but they should be paying attention because you can get some pathology.
But if I was a proctologist, I'd say, specializing, serving the homosexual community for over a quarter of a century. I mean, that's an area that gets a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a gynecologist for a woman. There's a special doctor for that part. You know what I'm saying? I don't need an ass doctor. But if I was gay, I was going to kind of ass work, I'd probably need to see somebody.
Probably.
Okay. You gay guys think about that. We'll be back. All righty. Well, that's it. Another fabulous show. Interesting show tonight. Why? I don't know why.
Different.
Different. There you go. All right, we'll take ourselves a little 22-hour break, and we'll be back with who's here?
Deftones.
Oh, really? Okay, I got to work that out. Oh, the Deftones. Jeez, they're doing well. Good. Haven't seen those guys in a little while, have we? But they've been around.
Long while. Yeah.
Been around a couple times, right? I want to thank Ann and Danielle and Anderson for coming in and doing a wonderful job with the big spin and finger point tonight. So, until next time, it's my turn to point the finger. This is Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew saying mahalo.